You ever wonder why some folks treat their rifles like they're runway models at a fashion show? I mean, we're talking about $3,000 safe queens, all decked out with Cerakote and every M-lock gadget under the sun. These guns hardly see more than a single magazine at 25 yards. Meanwhile, the folks who actually train, hunt, and protect are out there getting the job done with rifles that don't cost more than their truck's monthly insurance. Truth is, most folks don't need some fancy Scandinavian space laser that can shoot a flea off Mars. What you really need is a rifle that runs clean, feeds right, fires every time, and doesn't make your wallet beg for mercy. Whether you're guarding your land, putting venison in the freezer, or just want a solid piece next to the bed when something goes bump at 2 in the morning, there are rifles out there for less than $500 that deliver the goods. And no, I'm not talking about airsoft knockoffs or dodgy pawn shop specials. I'm talking real steel, field-tested, no-nonsense equipment ready to roll. So if you've been thinking budget means compromise, you're about to have a change of heart real quick. Here are 7 rock-solid rifles under $500 for 2025 that'll put rounds on target and a grin on your face. Remington 783. If you've ever needed proof that consistency beats flash every time the trigger breaks, the Remington 783 is that proof. This bolt action don't aim to win awards or rack up social media clout. It just delivers tight groups and clean hits for folks who focus on what truly matters. Offered in practical calibers like .308, .270, and .30-06, this rifle is built for shooters who value results over trends. The free-floated barrel holds shot groups together past 100 yards without flinching, and the synthetic stock gives you a solid feel without turning into a shoulder anchor. Recoil's easy to manage thanks to the soft pad in back, making it perfect for long days on the range or slow hunts on rough terrain. The trigger is where this rifle punches above its weight class, a crisp, clean break that feels like it belongs on a pricier bolt gun. The bolt cycles smoothly, locks in firm, and gives you that click of confidence when you're sending follow-ups under pressure. Whether you fit a budget optic or high-end glass, this rifle tracks true and holds zero like a champ, even after a few hard knocks. What really seals the deal here is durability. The synthetic stock shrugs off moisture, brush, and beatings without blinking. This isn't a safe queen. It's a rifle made for real-world fieldwork, bad weather, and terrain that eats gear for breakfast. In a market full of over-engineered bolt guns trying to justify sky-high prices, the Remington 783 stays grounded with real-world reliability. Whether you're picking up your first bolt action or adding a backup to your hunting lineup, this rifle shows up and does the work. Simple, rugged, and tuned for performance, it's built on mechanical fundamentals that don't fold under pressure, and that's exactly why it earns its place here. Anderson AM-15. The Anderson AM-15 is the kind of AR that doesn't make a lot of noise online, but shows up ready to work when the going gets tough. Built for utility over flash, this rifle ditches gimmicks and offers the kind of dependable performance you want when your budget's tight, but your standards aren't. Chambered in 5.56 NATO and fully compatible with .223 Remington, the 16-inch barrel comes standard with an A2 flash hider and dials in the accuracy you need to keep steel ringing and tight groups stacking. It runs a carbine-length gas system paired with a full auto-rated bolt carrier group and a no-nonsense charging handle that holds up under stress. The layout is classic, nothing fancy, but that's the point. The forged lower is clean and tight, not some cast chunk with sloppy tolerances. You get functional controls that respond right, a serviceable mil-spec trigger, and basic furniture that works without getting in your way. It's ready to shoot straight from the box, no upgrades required. And if you do want to swap things out down the line, stocks, grips, handguards, it takes them all, but it doesn't need them to function. That's what sets this rifle apart from the bargain bin junk. It's built right, cycles reliably, and stays that way with basic cleaning and standard lubrication. For home defense, drills, training days, or casual range sessions, the AM-15 just plain runs. You could loan it to a buddy on range day, let it get roughed up, and still trust it'll come back working. And that's saying something in this price tier. Anderson didn't get clever here. They leaned into a proven blueprint, used quality materials, and delivered a budget AR that feels like a real rifle, not a project gun. For under $500, this thing gets you in the game with gear that's really made to stay on the field. Mossberg Patriot. The Mossberg Patriot isn't here to win beauty contests. It's built to fill tags and bring home game, not chase likes on social media. This bolt gun was made for hunters, ranch hands, and anyone who needs reliable performance without taking out a second mortgage. You've got a synthetic stock that feels right in the hand, a fluted barrel for reduced weight and cooling, and a matte finish that won't glare or scratch up easy. And none of it's for show. It's a rifle designed with utility in mind, and it carries like it. The LBA trigger is Mossberg's secret ingredient here. It's adjustable, breaks clean, and gives you real control when that shot matters most. Chamber options? You've got choices. From 2.43 and 3.08 to 6.5 Creedmoor, the Patriot covers big game from east to west and everything in between. Whether you're just starting out or you've got a few seasons under your belt, this rifle fits. The action runs smooth, the bolt locks up tight, and recoil stays right where you want it, manageable even on the hotter loads. Mossberg even ships many of these as combo kits with the scope already mounted and bore-sighted. So yeah, out of the box you can hit paper without doing a full setup. Even with glass included, this setup stays well under that $500 mark if you're smart with timing and deals. Field durability? It's got it. This thing handles snow, mud, heat, and tree bark dings without falling apart. Chamber, fire, cycle, repeat. It's made to do that without excuses. There's no gimmick here, just solid mechanics, tough construction, and proven field performance that's earned it a place in blinds, cabins, and deer camps across the country. The Patriot wasn't crafted to impress, it was built to work, and that's exactly what it does. High Point 995 TS. There's a reason folks keep returning to the High Point 995 TS. Because function still beats finesse when the stakes are high. This carbine doesn't show up in fancy attire, but it gets the job done, and that matters more than looks ever will. For around $300, you're getting a 9mm blowback rifle that's built with one goal: deliver simple, reliable firepower. Whether it's tucked behind a truck seat, riding shotgun in a farm ATV, or tucked in a corner for home defense, this thing's ready to run. It's chambered in a caliber that's affordable, widely available, and easy on the shoulders, making it a natural choice for new shooters or anyone who just wants to put rounds on target without hassle. The 10-round mag? It's nothing fancy, but it feeds clean. The skeletonized polymer stock might look like a prop from a low-budget sci-fi flick, but shoulder it once and it starts making sense. It's light, steady, and surprisingly intuitive. Takedown straightforward. Basic tools, no weird tricks. Cleaning's quick, and the internals don't need babysitting. Built-in rails up top and out front give you options for a red dot or light without needing a full parts bin. Accuracy stays consistent inside 100 yards, which is exactly where this gun shines. Recoil's soft, even tame, making follow-up shots fast and natural. And when it comes to durability, this thing's been dragged through mud, rain, cold, and rugged range tests and keeps cycling when pricier rifles tap out. It's not tactical royalty, and it doesn't claim to be. That's why folks respect it. The 995 TS is a no-nonsense tool for people who care more about dependability than approval. It goes bang, it runs clean, and it costs next to nothing to keep in the fight. That's why it holds its spot on this list. Savage Axis 2 XP. The Savage Axis 2 XP is a bolt action that proves you don't need to drop $1,000 to get real-world accuracy and practical features straight out of the box. It strikes that rare balance, price, precision, and plug-and-play usability, all packed into a rifle that feels a whole lot pricier than it is. Built for field use and budget-conscious shooters, the Axis 2 walks the line between entry-level accessibility and serious shooting performance. You've got chamber options that cover the spectrum. .243, .308, 6.5 Creedmoor. And most models come with a factory-mounted 3 to 9 power scope already dialed in close enough to get on paper your first trip out. That's a big deal for new shooters or anyone who wants to skip the setup and shoot right away. But what really elevates this rifle is Savage's AccuTrigger system. It's user-adjustable, breaks clean, and gives you a level of control that makes tight groups possible without needing a bunch of aftermarket upgrades. The bolt cycle's smooth, locks up tight, and feels reliable through extended range days or wet field hunts. Barrel quality holds zero and prints consistent groups, often sub-minute of angle, with decent ammo and solid shooting fundamentals. The synthetic stock is rugged, lightweight, and takes abuse without showing it. A soft recoil pad and balanced build help manage kick across calibers, making it comfortable for long sessions or repeated sighting-in work. This is a platform focused on performance, stripped of fluff but still refined where it counts. There's no rattle, no flex, no weak points, even after hard use. Everything from the action to the trigger to the stock is tuned for shooters who demand more than entry-level usually offers. The Savage Axis. 2XP lands high on this list because it delivers that rare trio: affordability, consistency, and control. That's a combo most rifles twice the price still struggle to nail. M&P15 Sport III. The M&P15 Sport III isn't just another AR. It's a platform that bridges real-world defense and all-day range work without missing a beat. This rifle wasn't built for collectors or gear snobs. It was built for folks who actually shoot. Whether it's training drills, home protection, or weekend sessions with steel, this thing gets the job done. Built by a company with over a century of service behind its name, Smith & Wesson's M&P series has earned trust across military, law enforcement, and civilian hands alike. The Sport III brings that pedigree into a setup that stays under budget without sacrificial performance. Chambered in 5.56 NATO and fully compatible with .223 Remington, this rifle eats what you feed it: steel case, brass, reloads, factory loads. It runs clean across the board. The 16-inch barrel is paired with a mid-length gas system that softens recoil and improves reliability, especially under high round count sessions. Fit and finish beat most rifles in this price bracket. You get a forged upper and lower that mate snugly, controls that feel responsive and positive, and zero slop on the bolt catch or mag release. The mil-spec trigger is crisp enough for practical work and consistent enough to leave stock if you're not chasing sub-minute groups. The longer handguard gives you more room to grip or mount lights and accessories the way you want without crowding. Maintenance is standard AR business. Keep it lubed, keep it clean, and it'll keep firing. And when it comes to customization, the Sport III takes to upgrades like a duck to water, but doesn't need them to run right. That's a rare combo in the entry-level AR world. What makes this rifle stand out isn't that it reinvents anything. It's that it nails the fundamentals and delivers them straight. The M&P15 Sport III is a no-nonsense, field-ready, full-service rifle that does what an AR should do, and it does it every single time. Ruger 10/22 Carbine. If there's one rifle that's earned its stripes the hard way through decades of trigger time, training sessions, and small game hunts, it's the Ruger 10/22 Carbine. This isn't just a budget rimfire. It's the rifle that probably taught half the shooters in America how to run irons, clear jams, and shoot straight. And it's still doing it today. Chambered in .22 LR, this semi-auto platform blends low recoil, high reliability, and unbeatable value in a way no other rifle has managed to pull off. It's compact, it's lightweight, and it just plain works. The 18.5-inch cold hammer forged barrel holds groups tighter than you'd expect, and the rotary mag feeds smooth without fail. Its blowback action keeps cycling even when things get dirty, and the overall design feels like every part was built on purpose. From backyard plinking to pest control to suppressed training rigs, the 10/22 adapts without a hitch. Some folks run it bone stock and wear the finish off from use. Others go full custom, new barrels, precision triggers, tactical stocks, and transform it into a serious trainer. Either way, the platform takes it all without requiring a complete rebuild. Accuracy holds steady when paired with decent ammo and solid fundamentals. The factory trigger is surprisingly crisp, and the balance makes it easy to shoot standing, prone, or from a bench. Controls are exactly where they should be: crossbolt safety, easy mag swaps, and a bolt hold open that actually works without fuss. What keeps the Ruger 10/22 at the top of this list isn't just nostalgia, it's performance. It remains reliable, remains affordable, and remains relevant year after year. This is the kind of rifle that stays in the family, gets passed down, and still holds its own next to rifles 3 times the price. It's more than a .22. It's a cornerstone of American shooting culture. There's something special about rifles built with purpose. Tools that cycle clean, hold zero, chew through ammo, and stay dependable long after the paint wears off. Every rifle on this list earned its spot by showing up, not showing off. From classic rimfire trainers to rugged bolt guns to budget-tier ARs punching above their class, these aren't gimmicks, they're workhorses. Real shooters need rifles that perform, not pose, and these platforms deliver exactly that. In a market awash with hype, it's the proven gear that still counts. You don't need the newest gadget, you need the right tool. And under $500, these rifles prove you can have both. If one of them made your short list, you're already making the smart choice. Share your go-to budget rifle in the comments. Be sure you like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Stay sharp, stay ready, and keep putting rounds on steel.